Milind Kumar now on strike, getting ready to face his first ball against Yasir. This time on the full, play towards long on. So Milind is off the mark with that single. Milind, of course, is a dangerous batter. He's got the big shots. He can play good shots against really good balls. So he staying in there is very critical for Southwest if we are looking at something more than 150 plus from here on. As we see Yasir continuing, this is beautifully bowled and it's straight to short third, but that will be a single overthrows. Not quite what you would expect from the keeper and the fielder, but Southwest would not mind that.
Yeah, there was an unnecessary run given away. No gifts in white ball cricket. No gifts. You have to earn every single run.
Yasir to Milind again, this time well bowled and it's steered away towards backward point. A quick single. This is what I was talking about, the understanding between the two of them. They play together for Lone Star Athletics in the minor league edition, and this was an example of the running between the wickets over here.
Yeah, in T20 or T10 cricket, sometimes it comes down to 1 or 2 runs. So these singles matter a lot.
As we see the next ball again bowled full, beautifully stopped by the fielder at covers. And the importance of fielding in T20 cricket equally important, and one example was evident over there. Brilliantly done by the fielder in the cover region. As we see Yasir continuing here from the highway end, this time trying to play the reverse sweep and appeal for leg before. We'll have to see whether there was some bat on it. It's gone for 4. So 4 signal by the umpire. Looks like there was some bat on that, but a risky shot, but I guess executed well, you can say now.
And they just
in fact
it was by.
It was 4
actually the umpire went back and forth several times, and I thought he was going to stop, and suddenly the hand went up.
Yeah.
So yes,
4 byes, I guess.
Probably Monarch not too happy about that.
Yeah. But a boundary to finish this one. So after 10 overs, Southwest are 58 for 3, and we have a change in the commentary box. As we see Brian coming in, he's back for his second stint. And he will be joined by Mr. Lenny Achaiwa. So we have 2 really good experienced commentators. And it's water break, so we'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So welcome back. I'm joined by Brian Walters at 58 for 3 at the end of 10. And Brian, we have seen a very good passage of play in 10 overs. We've seen a couple of wickets, big wickets from Jesse Singh. We saw a good knock from Shahan Jahangir. He's back in the shade. And we've seen a very good knock on Nitish Kumar, who's still out in the middle with Milind Kumar. That partnership between Jahangir and Nitish Kumar yielded some 41 run. And we are here at 58 for 3, 10 overs gone.
You would not have expected that the Southwest side would have been wobbling this much. A very strong batting lineup. They bat all the way down to 9 or 10. So they would have been set back from the last several overs. However, 10 overs left. 58 runs on the board, and still 3 big wickets have been lost, but you still have plenty of batting to come, and this pair is starting to look a little settled. I would look for something in the range of probably 8 or 9 runs and over on average for the next 3 or 4 to 5 overs, and then see an acceleration towards the back end.
So impressive bowling from Jesse Singh so far. He's picked up a couple of big wickets. That of Unmuk Chan and Andres House. And so much experience out in the middle, Brian. You look at Jesse Singh bowling to Milind Kumar.
Yep.
So not a good start from Jesse Singh. They're going to scamper through for 1. Good running here from the southwest zone. In fact, they'll come back for a couple of runs. Should have been 1. But that's how the game goes sometimes. A couple of runs added.
Interesting. Jesse Singh choosing to go Yorker straight up. That's a bit risky with mid-off inside the circle, which is who took that shot at the stumps, ended up with an overthrow. But I think Jesse Singh, as an experienced bowler, is going to know that this pair is going to be looking to attack. Milind Kumar now up to 4, and Nitish Kumar 23. So these two will be looking to push on from here.
Cut away into the offside. A little bit of half stop from Yasser Mohammed. They'll only concede 1. Jesse Singh continues to bowl well, Brian.
I'll tell you what, he's bowling well, but that one is short and wide outside off. Yasser Mohammed saved 3 runs. Had that not been partially stopped, it would have raced to the backward point boundary. So it's good to have young athletic fielders inside the circle. You saw both Yasser Mohammed and Syed Mokamala in that area earlier. Really, really important to get those young fielders who can save those boundaries.
So the Mid-Atlantic team stretches across from a very long area, all the way from Virginia to New Jersey. Predominantly, a lot of the players play their cricket in the New Jersey area. Lovely drive through the offside, and that has gone away for 4. Lovely shot from Nitish Kumar. All class.
Wow. So that was hit with some power. Struck very firmly. Here's a replay. Bang through the offside, and that races away. I'll tell you what, it was not very far away from Jaskar and Malhotra at extra cover. But once it passed him, nothing would have stopped that from going to the boundary.
So good knock so far from Nitish Kumar. A man who has played for the Canadian national team some 34 times, spread across one-day international and T20 international. So he brings that wealth of experience. He has played for the Canadian national level. He wants to make USA his home. He's off to a very good start in this men's national tournament that bowls off today. A couple of other games playing across the complex. And Jesse Singh, as experienced as they come, Brian. And they're going to scamper back. Good running. The Southwest team has really ran well. And this is the second time in this over we've seen them converting 1s into 2s.
Well, earlier I said that they would look for something around 8 runs and over for the next few. 4 deliveries into this over number 11. They've already scored 9. And you get the sense that there's been a momentum shift. Again, plenty of batting to come. You have Ali Sheikh still to come, Harmeet Singh, Hamad Azam, who's one of the best all-rounders you'll see anywhere on the planet. So really exciting passage of play coming up.
So ball driven up towards the long on area. And Brian, this is one national, so much at stake. We just saw some hot press releases from USA Cricket.
I want to
There's
hear
several,
your thoughts on that.
couple of bilateral series in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So much cricket to be played, starting today.
Oh my goodness, I want to hear your thoughts on that. Of course, the ICC T20 World Cup co-hosted between the West Indies and the US this year. We'll say more about that after this ball.
So good delivery. Milind turns it into 1, and that completes 11. So 11 gone is 69 for 3.
So back on that thought, Lenny, co-hosting the tournament between the ICC tournament T20 between the US and the West Indies. 3 locations here in the US. Grand Prairie, Texas is about 230 miles away from where we are now. That's one location. The second will be the Fort Lauderdale Stadium, Lauderhill Stadium. And then the third is being built as we speak in your part of the world, in New York. So have you gotten the chance yet to go by and see the location? I know you have. You've probably taken a knock or two there.
Actually, it's funny, Brian, that work has only started about 10 days ago there. But they tell us it'll be ready for June. And of course, isn't it getting the Indo-Pac game?
You would think. So from my understanding, it will host about 34,000. That seems like an appropriate size stadium to host India versus Pakistan. Nowhere in the Caribbean, of course, has that size of a stadium. Yasser Mohammed back into the attack from the highway end.
So Yasser has gone for 6 and over. We saw Jesse Singh. He's been so miserly today. Picked up two of the biggest wickets in the tournament. You may want to say. Couple of good balls here from Yasser Mohammed. Not too many of his type in this tournament. And he's a young player. He's played briefly at the international level. Look at that. 3 good balls in this over. A single to Milind Kumar. And Milind Kumar, Brian, you've seen him so many times. More of a touch player. He'll probably want to stroke it around.
It'll be interesting to see because you mentioned, yes, he's more of a touch player. Can hit big, but is not necessarily known for it. But the players who are to come after, the Hamad Azams, the Harmeet Singhs if it gets that deep, the Ali Sheikhs, those can clear the boundaries with ease. So it's going to be important for Milind Kumar to continue rotating the strike. 7 from 10, so he'll want to bring up that strike rate because you're starting to run out of balls at this stage.
So he brings out the switch hit. Doesn't go too well. And in the end, they go through for a bye. But you've got to say, Brian, that the Mid-Atlantic team has really held the Southwest zone to something just over 6 runs and over. And we've seen so many matches on this complex of 160, 170. Could be a competitive target if you bowl well. Good bowling here from Yasser Mohammed. He's bowled an over that's only conceded 1 bye. And so far he's kept Milind Kumar and Nitish Kumar relatively quiet for the time being.
Brilliant bowling by the youngster, landing the ball exactly on the right spots. And again, you're asking the batters to hit into the wind from this end.
So turned into the onside. This will close out over number 12. They're going to come back for a couple of runs. The running has really been good. And at the end of 12, it's... in fact, no, look at that. They've gone for 3. So at the end of 12, it's 75 for 3.
So back to our discussion earlier, Lenny. So you're looking at World Cup being co-hosted between the USA and West Indies. As part of the team that is co-hosting the World Cup, the USA automatically gets a bid. So they will be playing in that tournament. Biggest tournament in the T20 format. In preparation for that, there's 2 bilateral series coming up that you referred to earlier. We saw news this morning that the Canadians will be touring and the Bangladeshi national team will be both playing here, right here in Prairie View, because the ICC will want to have control over the actual stadiums, so they won't be allowing the US and the Bangladesh and the Canadians to play at the 3 stadiums I mentioned earlier. So those tournaments will be taking place right here in Prairie View. That's going to be exciting. Going back now to left arm pace. Stephen Wigg, 2 overs so far. And he was taken to the cleaners by Shahin Jahangir, but now coming back on. Let's see exactly how well he can do. Running into the wind, which is not something that he'd relish. And bearing in mind the wind is at the back of the batters.
So ball driven into the offside. Jaskar and Malhotra in the covers. And Jaskar and Malhotra lives in DC now, or at least he settles in DC. And that's one of the area that the Mid-Atlantic covers, all the way from Virginia to the tip of the George Washington Bridge. Seen a good start here from Stephen Wigg. I recall a couple of years ago he was right on top there. But has really fallen out of favor with the selectors, and Brian, he will have to really come back hard in this tournament if he wants to impress them once again.
Stephen Wigg, his advantage is that he's a left-arm fast bowler, and there's not very many of them going around, including the one that you're sitting here talking next to. But do you beat out? There's a handful of limited number of pace bowling left armers. This is in the air down to deep square leg just for single. But do you get to the point where you stamp your authority in such a way that you make it hard to have them turn you down? In other words, to not select you. As of right now, and it was announced recently that the new USA Cricket head coach is Stuart Law. Stuart Law is right here on this campus, on this ground, watching this game. So, yes, you want to win this game, but more importantly, I think for selection purposes, you want to give yourself a chance of being selected in front of the head coach. Ooh.
So very good delivery here from Stephen Wigg.
Look at this replay. This bounced a little bit more than he was expecting, I think, from around the wicket. Oh, look at that. That is not an easy delivery to play. Just a little bit of extra bounce going through to the gloves of keeper Manan Patel. He'd be happy with that.
And Brian, when you look at the boys from the Mid-Atlantic team, there are not too many opportunities for them to play on real turf. They spend their seasons playing a lot on Martin and maybe AstroTurf, the green, the synthetic green surface. And so one of the things they come to pro review and they'll have to get adjusted. But many of them have played here so many times. You look at Jesse Singh, Stephen Wigg. Ball guided away. That's a lovely shot from Milind Kumar. Pick up a couple of runs. Good feeling from the man from Mid-Atlantic, and they'll pick up a couple more runs, Brian.
That's good work. Just running that one off the face. And that completes the over. Productive over, generally, but a couple of runs there at the end. At the end of over number 13, it is 78 for 3. There's a lot of work to do. Not able to get to it. Obispinar starts one short and wide, and it goes away for 4.
Yeah, not a good looking shot from Nitish Kumar. He has gone up to 31. He's really batted well.
Really a good effort. Absolutely good effort there by Obispinar for the most part, but starts out here with a short and wide one.
And what we've seen from Nitish Kumar is formed in 2 big partnerships in this game. We saw 41 with Shayan Jahangir, and now we're seeing one unfolding with 33. So he has been in 2 partnerships that has yielded some 70+ runs, Brian, This has been very good for Nitish Kumar. Milind Kumar on strike.
Milind Kumar 13 from 16. So he did get the memo that he needs to crank that strike rate up a little bit, single down the ground here. But now you're starting to run out of balls. You're now to the point where you only have 39 more balls to face. And if you're going to look to charge on from here, you really need to start thinking about something in the range of 8, 9, 10 runs and over from this point onward.
So ball pulled into the onside. Doesn't time it well. Stephen Wigg is the feeling, Brian, as we're talking now. Viewers all across the United States and even globally will know that there are 2 other games happening now. Midwest takes on South. And of course, West takes on East. This is one of 3 games happening every session of play. Good delivery here from Obis Pinar. 85 for 3.
Good delivery. Went right through him. Looked for the big drive. And Milind Kumar not able to get bat on it. There you see the replay. Quick work behind the stumps by Captain Manang Patel. Luckily for Milind Kumar, that left foot or that back foot was still inside the crease.
So can't get that one away. So the 14th over comes to a close. An over that has conceded 7 runs from Obis Pinar. And so 14 gone is 85 for 3. So 85 for 3, 14 overs gone. Stephen Wigg will continue. We've seen another big partnership involving Nitish Kumar, Brian.
Nitish Kumar, 37 from 38 with 4 boundaries. You're now down to the last 36 balls, the last 6 overs. I would expect for him to grab the bull by the horns from this point on.
Lovely shot straight down the ground. And that has gone away for another boundary. Nitish Kumar on strike.
Look at this replay and listen to the sound of the bat. It was just drilled right down the ground, straight as an arrow, piercing the gap between long on and long off for the first boundary. I mentioned that I thought he would be the one who would be more aggressive. In addition, the end from which he's batting, the southern end of the ground, the highway end, the wind is at his back. So I'm expecting for him to attack from this end. And if there is a ball that is marginally full, look for him to go big in the air.
So there's 35 balls remaining. Make that 34. And Nitish Kumar approaching a half century. Brian, he will probably be the first batter to really cross that milestone in this tournament today. Unless, of course, we are not following all the games intently. 90 for 3. Milind Kumar comes into strike. Now Nitish Kumar has really played well in a team that is so stacked up at the top of the order. With the likes of Unmuk Chan, Andres House. Look at that. Pulled into the onside. Manoj Acharya will come around, only a single. 33 balls remaining, 91 for 3.
Milind Kumar's job right now is to turn the strike over. What I mean by that is you don't want any dot balls. You don't necessarily need to hit 4s or 6s, but at minimum you need to be going at around a ball. And then I'm expecting the big hitting to come from Nitish Kumar.
And Brian, when we saw the unveiling of the team, the Southwest Zone, everyone said, "Wow!"
Yep, we said that earlier.
Such a power-packed team.
Yes.
They haven't seen too much from Andres House and Unmuk Chan today. Now look at that. That's a lovely strike from Nitish Kumar. And that could, well, in fact, he will go up to 48. But what a shot from Nitish Kumar.
Oh, short arm jab. Look at this. On the back foot, quick as you like, and hammering it over mid-wicket. That lands probably 5 yards over the ropes at deep mid-wicket for another 6. That's his first 6, Nitish Kumar. 48 now from 41 balls with 5 fours and that 1-6. That scoreboard is looking a little bit better now if you are the Southwest zone. Running out of balls, but yes, you have the opportunity to now still 7 wickets in hand. You have the opportunity to push on from here.
So 16 one international, 18 T20 international for Nitish Kumar. And look at that, good slice, and that could bring up his 50. Jesse Singh comes around, makes a good save, but a couple of runs takes him to a 50. Fine half century from Nitish Kumar, 99 for 3.
Brilliant batting by the former Canadian international. That one sliced away. I think he was trying to play that more over extra cover. Came off the outside edge, so it sliced toward point. Long run by Jesse Singh, able to prevent it from going away to the boundary. But with that one stroke, he does get to 50, and you would expect that he'll continue pushing on from here.
So a couple of milestones in this over coming up. They're batting at 99 for 3. Stephen Wigg runs in to Nitish Kumar. He's on a 50. And look at that.
Oh.
Driven straight through cover. And no man move. And that's 4 more runs for Nitish Kumar. Brings up the 100. It's 103 for 3 with the shot.
Replay, hammered in the slot outside off, and it just is wide of extra cover. That's Jaskar and Malhotra inside the circle. Nothing prevents that one from going away to the boundary. So the 100 is up. An expensive over, bowled by Stephen Wigg. 3 overs cost, make that 4 overs, cost him 44 runs. And at the end of 15, the score is 103 for 3.
Back, 15 overs gone. It's 103 for 3. They're going at 6.8 and over. And Pinar will continue, 30 balls remaining. We've seen a lovely partnership of 53 between the pair out in the middle. Nitish Kumar continues to bat well. He's past a half century.
Nitish Kumar is exactly what was needed from this point on for the Southwest zone. But essentially at this point they're now in, I would say, 3rd gear. They can still go up a couple of gears. You still have, again, big hitters to come. And with the only 29 balls remaining in the innings, I'm expecting for them to continue pushing on, looking for the big hits as that one is lofted into the deep. Man off the rope, that's Yasser Mohammed at deep extra cover. Just a single.
When we look what had happened earlier on, the first 5 over yielded 27 runs. At the 10 over mark, they were batting at 58. And you look at the 15 over mark, they've really gone a little quicker, or a lot quicker. 3 runs in this over from Pinar. Not a bad start to the 16th over.
Oh my goodness, no. With your spinner operating in the 16th over with 2 batters who are looking to attack. This is a great start. 3 singles from 3 balls into over number 16.
And ball guided away into the offside. Brian, how important are these big knocks at the very early stage of the tournament?
It's important. Once again, this is a selection tournament. And so you're wanting to make a good account for yourselves. And then just getting match practice for the bigger matches that happen later on in the summer. It's just a good practice for them overall.
So quicker ball guided away into the offside. Jaskar and Malhotra, he's more popular with the gloves.
Yep.
But he's opted to be out in the outfield. Monang Patel, the US captain, has done the glove. And quite rightly so, Brian. You play to the best of your skill at time, and you play as your specialist position most of the time.
Yep.
Ball worked into the onside. That will complete a very good over here from Pinar. 6 runs off the over, and after 16, it's 109 for 3.
What a brilliant over. Just excellent, excellent bowling by Obaspinar. That is his spell. Open the bowling. 3, make that 4 overs, none for 23. But when your spinner opens the bowling and bowls at the depth and only goes for fewer than 1 run a ball, that is absolutely brilliant bowling from him. So you're now down to the last 4 overs here. With 4 overs to go, 109 for 3 on the board. So just look at projected scores. If you score here at the rate of 8 runs and over the rest of the way, you end up with 141. 9 runs and over gets you to 149. 10 and over to 145, my apologies. 10 and over gets you to 149. I would have to think with 7 wickets still to come, I would think that would be the aim that they're looking for, 10 and over.
So ball top-edged into the offside. And fielder comes in, takes a well-judged catch. A little bit of good understanding between the two fielders, and Nitish Kumar is gone. 109 for 4.
Good catch, well judged. It's not an easy catch because, again, the wind is gusting from the south. It's coming in, so it would have been causing a bit of swirling there. You see on the replay, not going where he was looking to play to mid-wicket, and well judged. Finally, Preet Shah with a good catch. But for me, this is about the most interesting part of the game so far, because the batter coming in, Hamad Azam, was the captain, the stand-in captain for the minor league champions Dallas Mustangs. He is a tremendous ball striker, former Pakistani player, and he can absolutely put the bat to ball. Now, the batter who has been dismissed, obviously now making room for Hamad Azam. He has long levers. He has great reach. He's probably about 6'2" or so. So the ball doesn't absolutely have to be full. It doesn't have to be driving length for him to be able to get under it and elevate it. So my sense is that this, for me, marks the biggest switch in momentum potentially for the game. One way or the other, because if he gets out here, then that sets you back even further if you're the Southwest Zone. But if he can get in, he's the kind of player who can give you 45 runs in 18 or 16 balls. So expect that this is going to be a bit of an interesting passage of play, particularly in the last few overs here in this innings.
So Hamad Azam comes in, 23 balls remaining. Now Manoj Acharya has picked up his second wicket, 2 for 12. And he starts with 1 going down the leg side. Umpire Rashane Samuels, isn't that him?
Yep.
Yeah, he comes out, signals are wide, so not a good start here. Bowling to Hamad Azam. And as you made mention, Brian, he's probably one of the better hitters around.
Oh, clean striker of the ball. Absolutely clean striker. In the minor league match last year, saw him take 32 runs from 1 over.
So good comeback delivery. And Brian, when you look at this Southwest Zone team, they're still missing quite a few of their top players who would have been part of their minor league setup. And of course, we know in this men's national, there's a couple of ways probably they're not here, not eligible, doesn't want to play, or simply not selected.
Right.
Pulled and pulled well by Milind Kumar. And look at that. It has struck the trailer, the popular trailer here at Prairie View Complex, and that has gone for 6.
Oh, look at this shot. Goes deep into his crease, stoops down to get the leverage and elevates it. The first sound that it makes is banging off of that red trailer. Here you see again, look at that. The back foot down on almost squatting and playing that one, hammering it over mid-wicket rather, for big 6. That is his first 6. 24 now from 25 for Milind Kumar.
So we've got 21 balls remaining. This over's gone for 8 so far. Acharya would have picked up the wicket of Nitish Kumar. And we come down to the last 21 balls. He goes again. This could go all the way. It has! And so consecutive 6s off the bat of Milind Kumar. It's 123 on the board.
I said earlier, and I'm going to look like a fool for having said this, that he's not a big hitter. He can hit big, but ordinarily you don't expect with Milind Kumar and Hamad Azam at the wicket. The one who would be hitting sixes would be Milind Kumar. But he is looking really good now. And again, he's gotten the memo. You're now down to the last 20 balls of the innings. So now is the time to throw caution to the wind and get some runs behind you. Up to 30 now from 26 balls faced.
So this over's gone for 15 so far. Make that 16. Good running here from the Southwest team. They continue to bat and run pretty well. And so this over's gone for 16 runs so far. We saw the previous over from Pinar just conceding 6.
Yes.
So the Southwest zone has really overcompensated in this over so far, with still one more ball remaining.
Fireworks the rest of the way would be my prediction. 19 balls remaining in the innings. Manager Chari again.
So ball worked into the onside. Milind will keep strike when the next over continues. But 17 gone, it's 126 for 4. So 126 for 4, 18 balls remaining. Yasir Mohammed is given the ball. 3 overs, no made, none for 17. Brian, the leg spinner, entrusted with a big responsibility to keep it tight.
Bold move here. Milind Kumar is looking dangerous. 33 from 28. Hamad Azam faced one delivery, but it was a wide down the leg side. So officially no balls faced yet for him.
And Brian,
Argument to bring him on here is that there's still a bit of a wind coming in from the south, so they'll be hitting into the wind. But boy, 18 balls left, kind of risky.
so he goes big into the offside, deliberately into the offside, and may have gone all the way. And in fact, look at that. Aditya Gajar comes up and signals a 6. Another good start here from Yasir Mohammed in this over.
Yeah, there you see on the replay, just over the head of that fielder running across from long off. It's again a bit of wind, which is why that one even threatened staying in the park. But again, a bit of a roll of the dice here.
So lovely looking shot from Milind Kumar. He picks up one and now hands a strike over to the hard hitting Hamad Azam.
Oh, this is where something will happen one way or the other. Hamad Azam, the wind could be blowing 100 miles an hour. If he hits it properly, it goes for 6. So look to see how aggressive he chooses to be here. Still hasn't faced an official delivery, but with only 16 balls to go the rest of the way, I would imagine that he'd not want to be too tentative.
So ball shortish of a length. Yasir Mohammed, he's gone for 8 in 3 balls. Milind Kumar, the attacking Milind Kumar, comes back into strike. He's batted well for 40, Brian.
He's definitely batted well. So look, you're now down to 15. 15 balls. A big hit is always on the cards, but then he does that very well. Just playing it off the back foot, running it off the face of the bat. An elegant shot through backward point for 4.
Yeah, it's a lovely shot. It's one of the leg spinners' bad ball. Look at that, just steered away, just a little bit of cut. A very fast outfield here at one of the pitch, and that has gone away for 4. 12 off this over. Exactly what the southwest zone would want coming down to the latter stages. So we've got 13 balls remaining. Milind has played a very good hand. Hamad Azam still out in the middle. And Yasir has gone for 12. So the 18th over comes to a close. And after 18, the southwest zone having been sent in. They're batting at 138 for 4, Brian. When we come back, we'll talk about some missing faces on both of these sides. 138 for 4. So welcome back. 2 overs remaining, 12 balls. Manoj Acharya has been thrown the ball. Runs into ball to Hamad Azam. Gets a slice into the hands of the fielder. And another wicket goes down. 138 for 5.
What a big wicket this is. Hamad Azam looking for the fences, looking to drive that straight, gets a thick outside edge, and the ball loops to backward point for the simplest of catches. Hamad Azam does not trouble the scorers much, departs for 1 from 2. Now, Ali Sheikh with the bat in hand coming in to bowl. He is again a very aggressive batter, and he only has 11 balls remaining. He's a lefty, so he'll be looking to hit big as well. And obviously that adds the complication of it being the bowler who's going to have to find the right line. Switching lines now to bowl to the lefty, which can sometimes be tricky.
So Manoj Acharya has picked up his third wicket, 3 for 28 so far. And he's joined Jesse Singh with a couple of wickets. 138 for 5, Jesse Singh with 2. Manoj Acharya with 3. Ali Sheikh comes to the middle, 11 balls remaining. And Ali Sheikh, he could strike the ball, such a top all-rounder. Pretty sure we'll get a chance to see his leg spin in action, but for now, with 11 balls remaining, they're going at 7.6 and over. Good bowling here from Manoj Acharya, Brian. He's been thrown the ball in the 19th over. He's picked up 1. He's given away a single. And we come down to the last 10 mystery ball of the Southwest Zone innings.
Manoj Acharya choosing to go around the wicket to Ali Sheikh. You sort of have to find the right line when you go around the wicket, but he did there on that occasion. Just on an off-stump line, Ali Sheikh immediately working it off his hip for a single. 1 strike for Milind Kumar away from 50, if you can believe that.
So Milind Kumar has really batted well. He will join Nitish Kumar to the second half century of this match, and there it goes. 54, in fact not 50 for Milind Kumar.
I'm sorry,
140 for 5.
1 strike, I meant 1-6. So he's still 5 runs away from it. But he essentially has stabilized the batting. But going towards the back end of the innings now, you're looking at the last 9 balls. Boy, you'd really want Ali Sheikh to give you a couple of Ali Sheikh specials.
Good over so far from Manoj Acharya. And he comes down, doesn't time it well. And this is very good bowling from Manoj Acharya.
That is a great ball. He takes the pace off. Ali Sheikh looking to play that one over sort of the gap between long on and mid wicket, and got through the shot too early. So it peeled off the inside edge going to square leg. But when you bowl at this stage of the innings and you're only conceding singles, that is an absolutely great thing.
Another good ball from Manoj Acharya, only conceding 1. You look at this over. We saw the first ball, he picked up 1, and then the remaining 4 balls, Brian, he's bowled 4 singles. Very good bowling from Manoj Acharya.
Oh my goodness, 4 runs in the 19th. Now, Ali Sheikh is an aggressive player, but he's also very innovative. I would not be surprised to see a scoop or something along those lines on this ball.
So he goes big into the hands of Obas Pinar. And Ali Sheikh is gone.
Obas Pinar does not drop many, and this is one of the simpler catches that you'll see from him. So I didn't get the scoop I was looking for. Ali Sheikh trying to clear the fence, which is not a bad idea with the wind behind you, but not getting enough of it, and Obas Pinar taking a pretty simple catch.
So Manoj Acharya has picked up 4. 4 for 32. Very good bowling from him. And Milind Kumar approaching a half century as Harmeet Singh has walked to the middle. And so final over coming up, Brian. 142 on the board.
1 left arm all-rounder replacing another. Harmeet Singh, of course, the #1 draft pick at the major league draft in Clear Lake, about an hour away from here last March. In fact, it was, I think, exactly a year ago this week that draft took place. Harmeet Singh was the #1 player in that draft. He can hit big.
And Brian,
regardless of who is there now, they're going to be asked to hit big.
And Brian, while there's a quick break in the action, I just missing some faces here from the Southwest team.
Yeah.
Kartik Gatapali Akhilesh Budagum, who plays around this area at times. Rushil Ogarkar. Impressive youngster.
Great young fast bowler, plays for the Dallas Mustangs. And by the way, Jesse Singh, who opened the bowling from the forest end, the northern end of the ground, is now going to be asked to bowl this last over.
So Jesse Singh, with 6 balls remaining, it's 142 for 6. Milind Kumar, he's really batted well, 46 from 35 balls. Trying to go funky. We'll have to wait and see as Aditya Gajar walks to the square, surveys the action, and it's a run off the glove or the bat of Milind Kumar. So he goes up to 46. And brings Harmeet Singh, the left-hander. Quality all-rounder is Harmeet Singh. And this Southwest Zone team is stacked up with some top talent. Harmeet will have 5 ball at least to face. And you look at the card on your screen there, they're batting at 143 for 6. Opening day of the USA Men's National Senior T20 Series. Good bowling here from Jesse Singh, allowing another single. And brings Milind Kumar back onto strike. 4 balls remaining, 144 for 6. One of 3 games happening across the complex here at Prairie View Cricket Complex. And so far the weather has really cooperated well. Brilliant sunshine. A little bit of breeze blowing across, as has been the usual case many times at this part of the year. Jesse Singh has really bowled well, gave the Mid-Atlantic Zone a superb start. Saw him getting the wicket of Andres House and then Unmuk Chan. And has really brought the experience to this Mid-Atlantic Zone team. Chasing one outside the off stump, and that's a legal ball. Very good bowling here from Jesse Singh. We'll take a look at this one. Wide-ish outside off. Look at that. Ball with some bit of pace also. And a fanning shot from Milind Kumar into the gloves of Monarch Patel. And so the 20th over has gone pretty well here for the Mid-Atlantic Zone. Just a couple of runs in this over. Both Harmeet Singh and Milind Kumar, they've picked up 1 apiece, and we've seen 1 dot ball. Here is Jesse Singh, runs in from his long run. Play and a miss again from Milind Kumar. So rung 4 goes to Jesse Singh again. And this has been a very good over, considering it's the last over of the Southwest Zone innings. And if you're just joining us, just want to summarize what has really happened. We saw a very good quality half century from Nitish Kumar earlier on. And it came at a time in which they were 2 down with very little on the board. We saw Shayan Jahangir batted impressively well for a 20 plus. And the man out in the middle on strike, Milind Kumar, has batted well for 47 so far. Jesse Singh into the offside. And very good bowling from Jesse Singh. He's only conceded 3 in this over. And we're coming up to the final ball. South Zone having been sent in earlier on. And the Mid-Atlantic Zone picked up a couple of wickets earlier on. But we come down to the last ball. And it's 145 for 6. Harmeet Singh will face that ball. And so irrespective of what happens in this ball, Mid-Atlantic will be looking to get about 7.5 runs and over on their chase. And here is the final ball. Jesse Singh has really played well here for the Atlantic Zone. And he runs into Harmeet Singh. Harmeet Singh gets a quality delivery. That's the variation of Jesse Singh. And the innings comes to a close at 145 for 6, Brian.
What a great last over from Jesse Singh. 3 runs coming from over number 20 from your big fast bowler. excellent bowling. I don't think at the beginning of this match that the Southwest Zone would have thought that they'd have been restricted to only 145 runs. But a great bowling effort here from the Mid-Atlantic. We look at the total scorecard, looking at where your runs came from. Came from three sources. Nitish Kumar, 57 from 47. Cheyenne Jahangir, 26 from 24. Milind Kumar not out, 48 from 39. Too bad, he deserved a 50. Everyone else scored in single digits or did not get off the mark. For your bowlers, pick of the bowlers, Manoj Acharya, 4 overs, 4 for 32. Jesse Singh chipping in with 2 early wickets. Economy rate was the best of all, 4.3, and a really good effort overall. That means that the Mid-Atlantic, I think, doing very well, having put in the Southwest Zone to bat, keeping them to 145 for 6. So after a short break, the Mid-Atlantic will be coming to see if they can overhaul a score of 146.
So welcome back. We're ready for the chase. 146 needed from 120 balls. Looks like Shuja Nakvi has been given the ball. Manang Patel, the captain, the USA captain, by the way. He will be the man on strike. So here we go. 146 needed from 120 balls. He starts with a wide, 5 wides here. And this is a big start here for Mid-Atlantic Zone. So the first ball, take a look at that. Going down the leg side, doesn't give the keeper a chance. And that has gone away for 5 wides. So big start here from the Mid-Atlantic Zone. With their innings unofficially not started yet. And they've picked up 5 off a very wayward delivery from Shuja Nakvi. Ball sliding down the leg side by a big margin. And that has gone away for 5. So required rate just over 7 runs and over. Driven into the offside. Lovely shot from Manang Patel. Harmeet Singh gives chase, but the ball wins, and that's a lovely shot through the offside. And that has gone away quickly for 4. So 9 for no loss. Big start here from the Mid-Atlantic Zone. And a lovely drive through the offside. And they're off to a very good start. They need 137 from 118 balls. Couple of balls into this game, and we've already seen 9 runs posted by the Mid-Atlantic Zone. Playing a miss, and he's out caught behind. So the first wicket falls. Mid-Atlantic loses Manang Patel, and they've lost their captain in just the first over. Take a look at that. Looking to go through the offside. Getting the edge, and the wicketkeeper does the rest. It's 9 for 1. So 9 for 1, Mid-Atlantic Zone replying to 145. They have lost their captain in Manang Patel, and now Goranshu Sharma comes out at number 3. And Shuja Nakvi, very good start from him. Didn't start too well, bowling 5 wides off his first attempt to bowl a legal ball. And then, of course, picked up the big wicket of Manang Patel. So we welcome back Brian Walters as Nakvi runs in. And Sharma stabs this one out in the offside, and he has begun his innings 10 for 1, Brian.
Lenny, sometimes life gets in the way of fun. And dealing with a little issue now. But back to this game. 9 for 1. Shuja Nakvi. Maybe not quite one of the most heralded players in the star-studded team, but a very good fast bowler. Good pace. Knew him from a junior player here in the Houston area, and now one of the senior fast bowlers operating in the circuit. 4 overs or 4 deliveries into his first over, 10 runs on the board, 5 of which were the wides that you talked about. But I expect to see Shuja Nakvi make a good account for himself here.
So Mukamala faces first ball. And Brian, 146, not an intimidating target, but you've got to bat well.
Well, you know, we always used to say, Lenny, when you and I used to play, runs on the board. And those runs on the board can be, even though 145 might not sound like a really imposing number, 1 or 2 quick wickets, and then that 145 starts looking like 185. So they're going to have to bat properly here to get home.
Cut away. That's a lovely shot from Saiteja Mukamala. And they'll come quickly back for a couple of runs. So big appeal on running for 2. Not says umpire Aditya Gajar. And the first over comes to a close. It's 12 for 1.
Boy, you thought it was an easy couple of runs. A long run from the fielder over here on the ropes. And you'll see the replay coming up. Hopefully, okay, look at this. The throw coming in. And that throw was, we might have just missed it there off camera, but it was a lot closer than you thought it would have had to be. But at the end, they get 2 runs, so that is the end of a bit of an expensive first over from Shuja Nakvi. He'll bowl better than that. Score after the end of 1 is 12 for 1.
So 12 for 1. It looks like Noshtosh Kenjige will be given the ball. And Brian, this is a tough question for you. Between Kenjige, Harmeet Singh, and Ali Sheikh, 3-leg spinners in this side, you know they're going to give you 12 overs. How important is that for the Southwest team?
They're all 3 sort of the same bowler. Left arm orthodox, turning the ball away from the right-handers, and I suspect that you'll see all 3 bowl from this end where they'll ask the batters to hit the ball in the air, into the wind.
And
I don't know how to choose between those 3, but they're just 3 excellent bowlers.
So that one has gone through everything and everyone. And we'll wait from the signal from Aditya Gajar. That has gone for 4 runs.
4 runs, so obviously came off the edge. Oh, that's an inside edge that goes perilously close to the leg stump. Garanshu Sharma might just consider himself lucky that that one didn't tickle the leg stump. There you see on the replay, that did not miss by much. But 4 runs is 4 runs. They don't care how they come, and you'll accept that gift.
And the reason I asked you, Brian, between Kenjige, Ali Sheikh, and Harmeet Singh,
Yep.
these are top and hot potential for this U.S. national team. They've been on the radar for some time.
Such a hard question for the
They're
selectors.
very quality bowlers. And here is the irony. They're all on the same team.
So it's an embarrassment of riches. Here we see on the replay. This is an LBW shout. Ooh, on that one, maybe just slipping down, Lenny, I would think. It's an embarrassment of riches for the Southwest Zone. It's a worrying problem for the USA selectors, because I don't know that you'd select 3 left-arm spinners to go in the national side. So 1, possibly 2 of these maybe left off. How do you make that decision?
So Garanshu Sharma, he's on 5. We've seen a sparkling shot from Mukamala. Didn't go for 4, but he has shown some glimpse of young talent. Oh, the bowling continues to be fine at the moment. Noshtosh Kenjige just beating the outside edge.
Boy, 3 good balls and not a lot known about any of them by the bowler. That one angled in from around the wicket and straightening.
So better delivery to Garanshu Sharma. He punches out towards the offside, picks up a single. And the left arm orthodox spinner Noshtosh Kenjige, one of the top bowlers in this country.
Nosh has been not only one of the best bowlers in U.S. cricket history, played for the national team for a number of years, but also one of the fittest and most athletic players on the team. So always going to be an asset to the team regardless of where he bowls. And then tremendous batter at the same time.
So quality over comes to an end. He has given up 5 in the over. 1-4 was off on the inside edge. Other than that, 2 overs gone. And the Mid-Atlantic zone, they're batting a 17 for the loss of Manang. So Nagvi will continue 17 for 1. They need 129 from 108 balls. Brian asking 7.1 and over. And we've seen Goranshu Sharma. He's picked up a boundary because of an inside edge. Other than that, we've seen a tidy over from Noshtosh Kenjige. But it's Nagvi giving the ball again. Wrapped on the pad. Samuels says not out. And play will continue.
Umpire Shane Samuels taking a long time to think about that one. Looking at that, maybe height would have been a concern. That hit him maybe at the top of the knee roll, but it was dead straight. And Shuja Nakvi pleading his case. Obviously, as an umpire, you're going to want to make sure that the decision is bang on target before you give it. So, no issue for me in that decision by umpire Shane Samuels.
So short and pulled into the onside. That's a lovely shot from Goranshu Sharma. And that has gone away for 4. A lovely shot from a shortish ball from Shusha Nagvi. And Goranshu Sharma all over this one. That's a lovely shot for 4.
So yeah, he climbed into that one. That was a short delivery that didn't get up very high, Lenny. If you're genuinely trying to bowl a bouncer, you want it to be up around face height. That short delivery only got up to about waist height, and that's easily put away for 4 by Goranshu Sharma.
So that's a lovely shot that will give Goranshu Sharma some bit of confidence. They're off to a good start. They've lost the wicket of Manang Patel. And I made mention how critical the spinners will be. We've seen a very tidy one from Kenjige so far. And you know, Brian, if this game goes tight or if it goes all the way down, both Harmeet Singh and Ali Sheikh will be given their full quota.
It is going to be interesting to see. As I mentioned earlier, I suspected that the left-arm spinners will all bowl from the southern end of the ground. But that's 12 overs. You have 20. At some point, you might think about giving a couple of overs to one of the spinners bowling from the opposite end of the field, the northern end, where they're bowling, where they'd ask the batters to hit with the wind. So it'll be interesting to me to see when that decision is made and how Captain Usman Rafiq, who himself is a brilliant bowler, so tons of options for spin. It'll be interesting to see how he utilizes those resources.
So we made mention how powerful packed this Southwest zone has really come to this tournament. Square driven into the offside, can't score. But when you look at the Atlantic team, Brian, they're still missing a couple of a big talent, big name. Ryan Scott, not part of the squad. Adil Bhatti, who was at a very good minor league. We saw him in the final in Dallas.
Yep.
Xavier Marshall, perhaps the selectors are not looking in his direction these days. Sawan Patel, another top player. Raymond Ramratan. Ball turned into the onside. Good looking shot here from Goranshu Sharma. He wants a couple of runs. But talk about the feeling of this Southwest team. Not only a fit team, but they feel very well. They back up their bowlers.
Well, you realize who that was. That was Ali Sheikh. His reputation precedes him. I thought it was an easy 2 runs, but once they saw who that ball was going to, nope, let's not take the chance. He can hit from 60 yards away direct. I guarantee that's why they did not take that second run.
And Brian, speaking of that, as Mukamala picks up his second run, we'll talk about that when we come back. So 3 overs gone. They're chasing 146. Mid-Atlantic, they're batting at 23 for 1. So 23 for 1, 3 overs gone. Mukamala on strike, and here is Kenjige. Not a quality start to a very experienced bowler. Knows all the tricks in the trade.
Boy, we talked about Ali Sheikh earlier, and I will say more after this ball.
Now Mukamala off the back foot can't score.
When you have a fielder who can control 180 degrees by himself, he's the only one in the deep, at least from the other over, the overs being bowled from the other end, only one in the deep on that side. That tells you the amount of respect that his captain has for him, first of all, and then secondly, the fear that he as a fielder can put into the batting side.
And you look at Kenjige. Kenjige controls mid-off. He controls the straight drive. Punched away. That's a lovely shot from Mukamala. And we'll get a boundary. That's a lovely shot from this young man. He's all talent. And this one off the back foot. A shortish ball from Kenjige and hammered for 4.
It's a good looking shot. Maybe Nush Kenjige wanting to get that one just a little bit straighter. He gets that too wide outside off and allowing Sai Mukamala to open up those shoulders and punch it. Here we see on the replay. Actually, I might have been harsh. He actually went back and stayed leg side of the ball intentionally to leverage that offside. So that's a good piece of batsmanship by Sai Mukamala, making the adjustment and making sure that he found that scoring opportunity. Obviously, you're still inside the power play, so limited options with regard to being able to put some fielders outside in the deep at this point.
So better ball from Kenjige. Mukamala hands a strike over back to Goranshu Sharma. We saw in the previous over. Goranshu Sharma with a couple of 4s in the innings so far. One a lovely one a more streaky fashion. But both Sharma and Mukamala, they're going to form the top order of this Mid-Atlantic zone without the service of Ryan Scott. Good running. And in the end, an over that has
Did you see what I just saw?
that has
Did
gone
you
for
see
6.
What I just saw. Just casually, look at this on the replay. Casually sprinting, picking up, and that's a direct hit. Just off camera there, but he hit the stumps directly. And that will stay in the minds of the batters as they think about whether or not to take a quick single.
So 29 for 1 at the end of 4. They need 117 from 96 balls, still asking 7.3 and over. And they're going at 7.2. They've lost the wicket of Manan Patel. Still a lot of batting to come. Jaskran Malhotra, who these days plies his trade in the DC area, which constitute the geography of the Mid-Atlantic zone. And Brian, let's come back to some of the players not part of the Southwest team. Sujit Gowda.
Oh.
And we
Gowda,
Shubham Ranjani, and we made mention that several factors could be why the players are not part of the squad. Eligibility is one. Choosing not to play, of course, and then not being selected. We saw during the course of the last couple of weeks the big debate on the fitness program administered around the world, not only with USA Cricket.
Yep.
The new fitness program that has everybody wondering what's going on as Hamad Azam comes into the attack.
Ahmad Azam mentioned he's a brilliant all-rounder. The thing about being an all-rounder, Lenny, is if you fail in one area of your game, that absolutely motivates you to excel in the other. So I would look for a really good, high-quality spell here from Ahmad Azam.
Lovely flick, and that will run away for 4. Goranshu Sharma has picked up another boundary from a ball sliding down the leg side. Not a good start here from Hamad Azam.
That is the good old-fashioned commentator's curse right there. Here's the replay. Starting that one way too straight. Going down the leg side. Fine leg inside the circle, no less. That is just meat and drinks for any batter. He wants to get that type of ball.
And Brian, when you look at this bowling attack here for the Southwest Zone, you get the feeling that we could see pace on the top end, or I want to refer to this side as the top end of the park. And I get the feeling turned away again into the onside. Goranshu could pick up a couple of runs. He's been quite fluent in this over so far. And 2 more runs for Goranshu Sharma.
Yeah, still just not quite getting the radar right yet. Hamad Azam, too straight on both of those deliveries. First one, very straight, going down the leg side, put away for 4. This one maybe a leg stump line, but with him bowling that angle from over the wicket, a ball that is on a leg stump line is not going to present any problems for any batter. Goranshu Sharma cashing in on both of those balls.
And I get the feeling, Brian, that we could see pace on one end, and the 3 spinners we're talking about bowling with a little bit of drift. You made mention of bowling into the wind. Leg spinners will probably want a little bit of drift as they flight that ball into the air.
That's certainly something to watch for. So 2 out and out pace bowlers. I would put Shuja Nakvi and Hamad Azam in that space. Interesting to see what the others come, whether or not they just choose to bowl, because you have 3 quality spinners, 3 left arm spinners. Still have the captain himself, Usman Rafiq. So one of the spinners at least is going to have to bowl a few overs from this end, the northern end, the highway, the forest end. And again, when the bowling is coming from that direction, when the batters hit the ball, hit the ball straight, it will be helped by the wind. So the decision to bring a spinner on from the northern end of the ground, this end that Hamad Azam is bowling from now, that will be, I think, one of the interesting subplots the rest of the way.
Then, of course, we've got a couple of off spinners. Hamza Tariq is one of them, and then Milind Kumar. He does do a lot of bowling from time to time. And Hamza Bangash, he bowls a little bit of a medium.
Yep.
Oh, lofted into the deep area. Fielder will come around, will not get to the ball. And that has gone upstairs. So not a big strike from Goranshu Sharma, and that has gone for a maximum.
Well, that's what I was referring to. Here we see this one just a little too full. When that ball is elevated into the air, that strong wind from the south helps carry that ball. For me, without the wind, that gets caught at long on. And that is going to be, I think, a relatively straightforward catch. But with the wind, it carries it over the ropes for 6.
So a lovely strike from Goranshu Sharma. This over's gone for 12 from Hamad Azam. So better ball, perhaps one of the best ball in the over. So the 5th over comes to a close. It's 41 for 1. So now the over comes to an end. 5 gone, 42 for 1.
scenery around here as we look. This is the 2024 USA Cricket Men's T20 National Championship. This effectively is a championship, a tournament that will effectively be the basis for selection for the USA national team that will be taking part in the World Cup later on this year. And we mentioned him earlier. Here he is. Patrolled one half of the field earlier, and now he is bowling from the southern end of the ground, the highway end, Ali Sheikh.
Yeah, Ali Sheikh will support Kenjige. And then later on we'll see Harmeet Singh, I'm pretty sure. 42 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Manak Patel. They need 104 from 90 balls. And they've done pretty well with the asking rate. They came out looking for 7.1. They're now needing 6.9. So if they're taking the asking rate a few units down, Brian, that's very good for any batting team.
That's excellent. An expensive first over by Hamad Azam, because that asking rate was up above 7. It's now down to 6.73. In fact, with that dot ball, it's now down to... Oh, what happened? That goes away for 4. It was hammered. Oh my goodness. That was a bit of a ball in the slot, and Ali Sheikh could not get away with that one. Cashing in is Sai Mukamala.
Yeah, lovely shot from Mukamala. Timed it well. Over the offside. And now he has gone up to 12, and that score has gone up to 46 for 1.
Now, interestingly, the target is now below 100. That's always a good psychological eventuality when that happens in the game. And the overall rate, the scoring rate is, or the required rate is down to 6.6. So you're at the point now, you're scoring at 8.6. You're scoring 2 runs and over more than you need to win this game. So thinking about it from a strategy standpoint, the Southwest absolutely needs wickets. This is the last ball or the last over of the power play. They can be a little bit defensive after this, but they absolutely need their spinners to pull this game back.
So the partnership has gone up to 36. Oh, cut away. That's another lovely shot from Sai Mukamala. A short, wayward ball, maybe of a long hop, and really cut away nicely by Mukamala.
Yeah, he tried a quicker ball. It ended up being just short and wide. You have short third and backward point, both inside the circle. And there was about 10 yards between those two. Once you got the ball past them, that easily run away for 4. That brings up the 50, by the way. So 3 balls remaining here in the 6th over. And the Southwest, I think, is in trouble unless they can figure out a way to both stem the flow of runs and take a couple of wickets.
So we've seen Ali Sheikh going for 9 and just 4 balls. A couple of lovely shots from Sai Mukamala. And you made mention, Brian, they've gone past the half-century mark. Very, very important milestone as you bat on. And you get the feeling once the batters can conquer the spin here, it will be all well and good here for this Mid-Atlantic team.
So you get the sense that it has come very easily so far. This batting pair now putting together a partnership that's closing in on 50. And the question becomes, where do your wickets come from? Because essentially, good work there. I think it's Nitish Kumar to stop that single. But you're going to need wickets, and you're going to need dot balls, both of which are needed to pull this game back. 10 runs coming from that over. That's the end of over number 6. Power play is done and dusted. Score is 52 for 1.
So after 6 overs, 52 for 1, Brian. Harmeet Singh given the ball. And he comes from the end in which we have seen the likes of Shujan Nakvi and we have seen Hamad Azam.
As I said, it is always going to be interesting to see when the spinner comes from the forest end, because Guranshu Sharma looking dangerous, 25 from 20, 3-4s and a 6, but if he elevates the ball from this end, it will be sailing up in the air aided by the wind. So pay attention to exactly how Harmeet Singh delivers here. My sense is that he'll want to be just short of driving length, because if it's too full and he allows the batter to get under the ball and drive it, it will go for 6.
So that one has eluded Harmeet Singh, and we made mention how strong this fielding team is.
Look at this delivery. Maybe we're looking at it live. We are square of the wicket, so I thought that might have been a little closer, but it actually didn't pass Harmeet Singh from very far. But single down the ground. Pay attention to whether or not they can continue picking up these singles.
So we saw Mukamala in the previous over, a couple of lovely 4s. And I recall, Brian, many years ago, I went to the park in New Jersey one time, saw a little 10-year-old boy making hundreds. That's the man facing quality player. Big appeal, he's gone. So Sai Mukamala perishes for 17. It's now 53 for 2.
Commentators curse again, Lenny. From around the wicket, slanting in, hitting him probably just the height of the knee roll. For me, from that angle, that appears to be hitting leg stump. Here we see on the replay again. Yeah, if there were anything that umpire Rashane Samuels had to think about, would have been whether it was bouncing over the top. But for me, that's at minimum kissing and likely hitting leg stump. I think Simon Mukamala will disagree with my analysis, Lenny.
So Malhotra will walk to the middle. They've lost the wicket of Manang Patel, and now Mukamala. Still 93 to win from 81 balls, asking almost 7 runs and over. And you get the feeling, Brian, that Jaskaran Malhotra and Guranshu Sharma will be key men in this chase.
This is interesting. Jaskaran Malhotra, former USA wicketkeeper batter, one, Lenny, of 3 or is it 4 men to ever hit 6 sixes in an over in an international cricket match. He did that against, you're going to tell me, is it Papua New Guinea? September of 2021, if memory serves correctly. So he is a 6 hitter, and he's hitting from the end that has the wind blowing that would help him. So this, for me, is an interesting matchup.
So he comes in here at number 4. Well, he's spent most of his time batting 1 and 2 as an opening batsman, but he comes in at 4. Still work to be done, 93 to win. And he starts off well. Nitish Kumar comes into the action, who got a 50 earlier on, 54 for 2, Brian.
Definitely batted well. Immediately off the mark is Jaskaran Malhotra. So for me, the scoring rate, 6.68, is what the required rate is, but the actual scoring rate is over 8. So this just calls for a calm head. No need to panic. Just see if you can continue picking up singles. That alone will get you close.
So Guranshu Sharma, he's played a very good hand so far. Ball has eluded that fielder several times.
That is Shayan Jahangir, who
usually don the gloves.
Usually has the gloves on. It does not look, it looks weird to see him in the field.
And Sharma gets a very good delivery, very good technique, very organized defense at times. So the 7th over comes to a close. They're batting a 54 for 2. They need 92 from 78 balls. Change. The captain Usman Rafiq comes into the attack, the off spinner. And will come into bowl to a low crouching Jaskran Malhotra. Malhotra is looking for his second run, Brian. And we've got 93 to win this game, 92 to win.
Well, you mentioned Usman Rafiq. He's the captain off spinner, but he's developed a good deucer over the years. And I would imagine that obviously an off spinner turns the ball into right-handed batters. I would not be surprised if he brings out the deucer very, very soon. Because as of right now, the Mid-Atlantic seems to be comfortable just tapping the ball around. When they start hitting big, that will be something to look for.
So ball turned into the onside, gives Jahangir some bit of work. And we come down to 75 balls remaining, 90 to get, still asking 7.2. You've seen a good knock so far from Goranshu Sharma. He's really looked well, but Jaskran Malhotra, he's out in the middle. And you get the feeling, Brian, 6-7 runs and over, they could still be on course. This is a big field, big open gaps, a chance for you to really use your feet and hit the ball to long off, long on, and those are easy singles.
The issue for me, Lenny, is whether or not scoreboard pressure kicks in at any time. The required rate is now up above 7. It takes a mature player to know that unless it's up in the 9 range, there's no reason to panic. So singles alone would be good enough for this point.
So ball on driven nicely here from Jaskran Malhotra. That will close out over number 8. A very good one here from Usman Rafiq. 8 gone. It's 59 for 2. So 8 overs gone, 59 for 2, 87 to win from 72 balls. Harmeet Singh will continue. First over went for 2, picked up 1 wicket. And Brian, we still have another game coming up here a little bit later on at the end of this one. South will play West. And so lots of cricket in this complex. On driven, easy single here for Goranshu Sharma. Isn't that a good ploy, a good plan to bat the spinners, Brian?
It is. Once again, it becomes a matter of patience and just knowing that a single is fine. You're not chasing 12 runs and over. So when you're picking up 1s and 2s at this stage of the innings, that'd be perfectly fine.
So another one from Harmeet Singh. We saw in the previous over, Harmeet Singh only conceded a couple of runs. Picked up the wicket of Mukamala.
Bearing in mind the length that he bowls from this end is so critically important. So you've noticed that he's not bowled anything full enough to drive. Everything that they're playing him is essentially off the back foot. Because once again, if you're too full and the ball is elevated from this end of the field, the wind will help to carry it. So really intelligent bowling here from Harmeet Singh.
And you look at Jaskran Malhotra. Saw him in the US Open several years ago. He was on a rampage of getting 3 centuries in consecutive innings. Very good bowling here from Harmeet Singh. He's only conceded 2, so he has done exactly what he did in his first over. Just picked up 2. Where is that wicket?
Well, let's see how he goes here now, because a bit of shift in the field. And notice that I said he was going to not be full, but that last one was Yorker length. The only time that you can be full from this end is if you're bowling Yorker length. So really, again, a high quality bowling from Harmeet Singh.
And look at that, into the onside. Will settle for 1, Malhotra. So the 9th over comes to a close, and after 9 is 62 for 2. So Usman Rafiq will continue, 84 to win from 66. Malhotra has been kept quiet so far. He's on 6. And Garanshu Sharma on 29 as we come into the 9th over here, Brian. In fact, over number 10.
Over number 10 in progress. You're still 83 runs away from your target. So as of now, you're needing to score at the rate of 7.6 and over. Still within range. At some point, you need to start thinking about whether or not you're going to accelerate.
And the fact is, we haven't seen a boundary for a long while. We saw a couple of 4s in one particular over off the bat of Mukamala. And so you get the feeling both Usman Rafiq and Harmeet Singh has really put in some good spells so far. Not timed well from Garanshu Sharma. Maybe playing a little too late. And Jaskaran Malhotra comes into strike. He's been very quiet so far.
7 from 10. He will always have a strike rate of above 100. Cheeky looking shot there, doesn't go pierce that gap at short third. So 7 from 11. I get the sense that they know the situation. Both of these players very experienced. Jaskaran played for the US for a number of years. So he will know that this type of situation just calls for him to keep his head.
So ball punched into the offside. Protection in the deep. And only a single. Very good bowling here from Usman Rafiq. And so between Usman Rafiq and Harmeet Singh, they've only conceded, Brian, they've only conceded 13 runs in 5 overs. So very good tidy bowling from Usman Rafiq and Harmeet Singh.
Oh my goodness. 1 ball remaining here before you're at the halfway stage of the innings. You're still 81 runs adrift.
Into the onside. So Sharma will keep strike when play resumed. 10 gone is 66 for 2. So 10 overs gone, 66 for 2. Kenjige has been given the ball. And Brian, we come down to the last 60 balls. Still needing 80 runs.
Required rate exactly at 8. Nosh Kenjige from the danger end. And again, bearing in mind at the risk of repeating ourselves, this is the end from which if the batters elevate the ball in the air straight, it will be helped by the wind. So the length that Kenjige bowls is going to have to be very, very spot on. Cannot be too full.
And Brian, you get the feeling that that Kenjige and Harmeet Singh are playing key roles in defense of 145, 146. But it will be to the likes of Jaskran Malhotra, Goranshu Sharma out in the middle, still to come Pinar, Ritwik Behera. But something will have to give in the next over, maybe another couple of overs here.
Yes.
We have seen for the first time of the innings that the run rate has gone to over 8 and over. Pulled into the onside. Will he find the gap? Yes, he will. And that will go away for 4. So a good release shot here from Jaskran Malhotra, and he picks up a boundary.
That's intelligent batting. Look at him go back onto the back foot and intentionally staying back and staying leg side to be able to access that part of the field. There's a big gap between mid-wicket and long on, and that's exactly where Jaskran Malhotra pulled that ball. The length is important, but you also can't be too short.
So a lovely shot from Jaskran Malhotra. And like anything else, Brian, they will have to pick up a boundary or 2 here and there, maybe every over, going from here. And they will just have to make sure that the bowling doesn't get on top. We saw a couple of tidy over from Harmeet Singh. We saw 2 from Usman Rafiq. Now look at that. This has been a very good comeback. Couple of balls here from Nosh Kenjige, one of the best in the business.
So big picture, even though you've already conceded a boundary in this over, just 6 runs scored from the over so far with 1 ball to come. And that required rate still above 8.
Malhotra goes big, and that's gone far, and that's gone the distance by some yards.
Oh my, look at this. I mentioned the length. You cannot be too full. That is in the slot. That would get drilled all day of the week from a man who has hit 6 sixes in an international over. That is not a difficult shot to play. Here it is again, slanting in towards leg stump, but bang down the ground. That goes for 6. Huge 6 to close things out. An expensive over by Nosh Kenjige. Score after 12. Make that after 11. 78 for 2.
So we come down to 69 to win from 54 balls. We've seen a big shot from Jaskaran Malhotra. We know he can strike the ball and strike them far. And Usman Rafiq, 2 overs, no made, none for 9. Brian, he comes in here at over number 12. Sharma has batted well for 32 off 32 balls. So he'll probably want to up that strike rate just a tad. Into the onside, he picks up a single and brings the equation down to 68 to win.
It's going to be interesting to see whether or not Usman Rafiq gives Nosh Kenjige another over from this end, or whether he goes back to Harmeet Singh, who's now fielding at cow corner.
So rough.
Good length. The length that he's bowling is just perfect. Drawing the batter forward, just short of driving length. That's the sort of length that you want from your spinners.
And you get the feeling it's good to see Usman Rafiq bowling tidy. We've seen in the realm of T20 cricket, the off spinner has been kind of taken out of the game. Lovely strike. That will go straight, and that will go away for 4. That's a lovely strike again from Goranshu Sharma this time. And that has gone for a much-needed boundary here for this Mid-Atlantic zone.
Dead straight. Look at this, played right back over the bowler's head. Obviously, you cannot have a fielder right down the ground. So once you get it that straight, it will always be an opportunity to score runs. And this time it does go all the way for 4.
And Brian, did make mention getting a boundary or even 2 per over from here on could make this chase a little bit better here for the Mid-Atlantic zone. Still batting to come, Ritwik Behera. He's a top quality player. Obe Spinar. He's one of the top all-rounder in this country.
Yep.
And with 62 to win from 50 balls, I'm still asking 7.4 at the moment. You get the feeling that they do have the batting to pull this through.
7.4 with that single that required rate now up to 7.47. But this pair is looking very settled. And they can score big. And you still have 8 wickets in hand. You mentioned the batters to come, Obaspinar, Ritwik Behera, etc. So if you had a win predictor, Lenny, where would that win predictor point right now?
So we'll talk about that. 12 overs gone. A very good over here for the Mid-Atlantic zone. They're batting at 86 with 2. And so they need 60 from 48 balls. So welcome back. 86 for 2 at the end of 12. And so the Mid-Atlantic zone, they need 60 to win from 48 balls. Still asking 7.5 runs and over, Brian. They're going at 7.1.
The fact that they're slightly behind the required rates right now, I do not think will bother them one bit. They look in control of the game at this point. And I asked the question about the virtual Leonardo Chaibar win predictor. The Brian Walters win predictor right now would indicate, I would think 70-30 toward Mid-Atlantic. The Midwest needs to do, or the Southwest rather, needs to do something to get back in the game.
So Hamad Azam gets a second ball. We saw in his first over he gave up 13. And he starts with a single to Garanshu Sharma and brings the equation down to 59 to win.
Lenny, you will note that wicketkeeper is up to the stumps for Hamad Azam, and that never makes a pace bowler feel good. It is about the most insulting thing you can do to a pace bowler is keep up to the stumps. Andreas Kraus is one with behind the glove or with the gloves in hand.
So ball into the offside. We've seen a couple of good balls there from Hamad Azam. And so that equation now is 59 to win from 46 balls, asking just about 7.7 and over. Jaskran Malhotra, we've seen a taste of how he can strike the ball. He hits it long. And we've seen a better Hamad Azam from his first over that conceded 13.
Yes. Obviously having to be more aware, these two batters, of the wicketkeeper being up to the stumps. Andreas Kraus, that's a very high-skilled position, and anytime you can do that with a pace bowler, it evidences your abilities with the glove. And he, of course, failed in front of the stumps this morning, so wanting to do his best behind them.
And Brian, as a wicketkeeper, how many times that coming up or standing up to the medium pacer or the fast bowler is really a bluff? How many times?
Well, essentially, the reason why you want to do that is that you want to have the batters not feel free to come down the wicket. And sometimes you saw in the first over that Hamad Azam bowled where they came down the wicket to make a ball that's short of a length into a drivable ball. So that's why he's keeping up to the stumps. That's a good move.
struck and struck well. One bounce, and that has gone away for 4. Off the bat of Jaskran Malhotra. And an over that was beginning to look so good for Hamad Azam finally breaks the jinx with a 4.
Good looking shot, maybe just a touch too short. And again, the short ball only getting up to waist height. So that height is not going to bother any batter. Hamad Azam still only conceded 5 runs from the over so far, though. He needs to close out strongly here.
So Malhotra has gone up to 24. We've seen a couple of 4s and 1 6 so far. Turns into the onside, will retain strike. So 13 gone, it's 93 for 2, 92 for 2. So 13 overs gone, 92 for 2, Brian. 54 to win from 42 balls. It looks like Harmeet Singh. In fact, Kenjige comes in for his 3rd spell. And we've seen a lovely partnership between Jaskran Malhotra and Garanshu Sharma. And that partnership has gone up to 40 runs. Could this be the one here for the Mid-Atlantic?
The Southwest needs wickets, and they need them now. Nushken Jige very likely to take wickets. Left arm spinner, one of the 3 who we've spoken about a number of times already, but he has to break this partnership. It will not be easy, and particularly now bowling to Jaskran Malhotra. See what happens from here.
So looking to sweep. We'll wait and see. Umpire Aditya Gajar walks to the square, and as customary, the umpire will have to wait until play has paused. And he goes, in fact, he has cancelled that call, and it's a leg bye.
Signaling by it first and then changing it to a leg bye for you baseball players or baseball fans. A bye is like a passed ball in baseball. There is no equivalent for leg bye in baseball, I don't think. If the ball hits you, you get to walk to first base. But importantly, 1 run still scores.
So again, ball turned into the onside from Jaskran Malhotra. How well can Kenjige close out in this over? We've only seen a couple of runs. In fact, 1 leg by, 1 runs. And now Jaskran Malhotra comes back into strike with 52 needed from 40 balls. So they're in with a chase. Quality stuff from Kenjige. And he's been called upon to really come up with a good bowling spell.
Good thing. This batting pair does not seem to be fussed in any way. They're really managing this chase very efficiently. Bouncing a little bit more than he expected that time, Jaskran Malhotra. Look at this replay again. Look at the ball maybe just stopping on him just a little, and not quite carrying close to the bowler himself, but that will stay in the mind of the batters.
So again, ball eased into the onside, and you get the feeling, Brian, you were making the point that it looks to be a calculated chase so far, but they'll just have to keep their eyes on the scoring rate that has gone to 8.2 required rate. And we've seen a very good over here from Kenjige, only 3 runs off this over. Garanshu Sharma comes back into strike. With the final ball remaining, they need 51 from 37, still asking 8.2. And this has been a very good over from Kenjige, only 4 off that over, so 14 comes to a close. It's a 96 for 2. So 14 gone, 96 for 2. We've seen a very good partnership here from Garanshu Sharma. And Jaskran Malhotra has yielded 44. But the most important thing, Brian, they need 50 from 36 balls.
And even 50 in 36 balls with 8 wickets in hand, a scoring rate, a required rate of 8.3, in theory should not present much problems. But as you get closer to the end of the game, then that's where you might see a little bit of trepidation sneak into the picture. What it requires is them just keeping their heads.
So Hamad Azam into the offside. Fielder comes in. Shayan Jahangir. And can't get to the ball. 1 run. 49 to win from 35. We've seen a very expensive spell here from Hamad Azam. He came into this over 2 overs, no none for 19. But he comes down now to 49 to win from 35. Malhotra on strike.
Remember, this is the end where if he elevates it, it goes for 6. So watch the length.
And Jaskaran Malhotra. A full-blooded drive. And Hamad Azam has done well to prevent just a dot ball.
Wow. He was aiming for the fences. Absolutely no question about it. And hammered, and he uses his foot. That is a brilliant piece of work. That will be sore later on after the adrenaline wears off, but he does not care about that right now.
So a couple of good balls in this over from Hamad Azam. He's gone 2 balls, 1. Malhotra goes straight, and that's all that it takes for him to hit a straight drive 6 off the bat of Malhotra. The 100 comes up, but that's a big shot from Malhotra.
Oh, that is what I was referring to. If it is anywhere near the sort of delivery that he can drive it straight, or in fact, that was not a drive. He played it off the back foot. But if he can get it straight, it's helped by the wind. But something tells me that wind or no wind, that would have gone for 6 in any event.
So that brings up the 100. The 100 comes up in the 15th over. They need 43 from 33. And you get the feeling, Brian, every boundary that the Mid-Atlantic can get, it will place a damper on this bowling attack here.
Yeah, Hamad Azam, a brilliant cricketer, but this is not one of his better days. 1 run with the bat, and have already conceded 26 runs with the ball.
And Malhotra, it doesn't matter how they come. And not in control, but he'll pick up a couple of runs, very important runs. And Hamad Azam continues to leak. It's 105 for 2.
Yeah, that did not go where he was looking to play. Once again, looking to play over long on. A top edge, taking the ball over short third. Of course, no deep third in position. You're expecting him to play down the ground, so there would be no reason to have a deep third. And that results in 2 extra runs. So, and the deficit now down to 40.
So we've seen an over that has gone for 9. And look at this. This has gone a long way over the red trailer. And that has gone for another maximum from Jaskaran Malhotra.
Oh, my goodness. Teeing off the full-blooded drive this time. And again, getting under it. If you get under it from this end of the field, you're looking and you're asking for trouble.
So 15 runs off this over so far. Still a ball remaining. We've seen a couple of 6s off the bat of Jaskaran Malhotra. He has gone up to 40 with 3 6s and 2 4s. And he's really played like a big star, a big champion here for the Mid-Atlantic zone. 15 off this over.
Oh. There he goes again. Oh, that is the best of the lot. What an absolutely brilliant shot. And he holds the pose. Oh, I want to see that again. Look at this. Look at him hold the pose after playing the shot. Oh. Take a picture of that and frame it, because that is the best shot that you will have seen all day.
So not a massive hit here from Jaskaran Malhotra. Picks it up nicely and sweetly. And that has gone for another maximum. So 15 gone. It's 117 for 2. So 29 to win from 30 balls. We've seen a big onslaught in that over, Brian. 3 massive sixes off the bat of Jaskar and Malhotra, and all of a sudden, Mid-Atlantic is in complete control of this game.
Well, we said earlier that they needed wickets, the Southwest. And not only did they not get wickets, that last over went for 21 of the prettiest runs that you will see anywhere on a cricket field. Jaskar and Malhotra racing ahead now to the lead in this partnership. 46 from 32 with 2 fours and 4 big sixes. The last of which, for me, is already in the running for the shot of the tournament.
So 43 he is. If he gets a 50 here, he'll be the second man in this match to score a half century. We saw earlier on Nitish Kumar. He got a half century, and now it comes down to 29 to win from 30 balls. Harmeet Singh comes back for another bowling spell. 2 overs, no in, 1 for 5. And he comes in here, Brian, with some pressure on this bowling attack. And certainly, look, with a single here from Gauranshu Sharma, it brings Jaskar and Malhotra back onto strike. He is up to 46. But the manner in which he has gotten to this 46 makes the big difference here this afternoon.
Oh my goodness, a strike rate of 143.75. So that gives you a sense of how he has struck the ball and started out relatively slowly. I made the point earlier that they seem to be in control, because if you know that you can always launch, there's no reason to have to panic.
So he gets a very good delivery, 4 sixes and a couple of 4s so far. And you get the feeling, Brian, that sometime in T20 cricket, it only takes a few balls to change the course of the game. And you'll have to mark that over ball by Hamad Azam. Could be the turning point in which Mid-Atlantic has seized, for the time being, control of this match. Still to be finished, though. And Harmeet Singh, he comes up with a wide, Aditya Gajar. And so an extra here for the Mid-Atlantic team. And now they need 25 to win from 28 balls.
25 from 28, but they're definitely in control of the chase. And it's intelligent batting for me. Again, even when the required rate was up around 8, 8.5, they simply just kept picking up the singles that they got, because if you know that you have the ability to launch like this, then you can keep a level head and go about the chase effectively.
He goes big again, Jaskar and Malhotra. Is he in trouble? Oh, yes, he is. And the fielder comes up with a very well-judged catch, and Jaskar and Malhotra falls 2 shy of a half century. It's 121 for 3.
Big wicket that. Once again, from this end, you're hitting into the wind. So that would have gotten into the mind of Jaskar and Malhotra just a little bit. But didn't think about it long enough. Could have put that shot away until the next over. Decided to go through with the shot, and it's launched down the ground. But again, the wind keeping that ball in the field. And a good clean catch taken down there at long off. So Jaskar and Malhotra goes, but he does a whole lot of damage. 48 from 35 balls faced with 2 4s and 4 6s. 121 for 3. Okay.
So drama here at PVCC. Obus Pinar comes to the middle with 25 runs still to score, Brian. We've seen a fine knock from Jaskar and Malhotra.
Brilliant knock from him, and again, I think much of the heavy lifting has already been done. But as you made the point 2 deliveries ago, you still need to get over the finish line. So you just need a level head acknowledging that you only need to score at the rate of 5.5 and over to win from here. So a single every ball does it for you sometime in the 20th over. Just the level head is what's needed.
So Pinar comes out with 25 to win. Harmeet Singh continues to bowl extremely well. And you get the feeling Hamad Azam has really given up the brunt of the runs to the opposition. But it's still not over yet. We've seen Sharma played a very good hand, a 69-run partnership between the pair a little bit earlier on. But the 16th over comes to a close, Brian. 122 for 3, 24 to win in 24 balls. So it looks like Shuja Nakvi has been recalled into the bowling attack, Brian. With 24 to win from 24 balls. Maybe 3 ways this game can come to a close. 24 runs, 24 balls before the 24 runs is scored. And then, of course, 7 wickets to fall. Which will happen first?
If I'm a betting man, and I'm absolutely not, but if I were, my money would be on the Mid-Atlantic taking this home sometime in the 19th over. But you still need to get there. And Shuja Nakvi been a heavy diet of spin the last couple of overs, but now going back to pace.
So ball eased into the onside, easy single. Garanshu Sharma could be on strike. Well, they settle for one. Pinar wanted more than one, but refused by Garanshu Sharma. And Brian, the last time we were here, Obius Pinar and along with Najaf Shah got a hat trick in similar fashion. Najaf Shah bowled 3 balls, got 3 wickets, and all 3 catches were taken by Obius Pinar.
The last of which was a ball that he jumped and brought back over the rope to complete a hat trick. I have never seen anything like that as long as I've watched cricket.
So Nakvi runs into bowl to Sharma. And Sharma mistimes it, but they pick up a run and hands a strike over to Obis Pinar. You've seen a bit of, I'm pretty sure that you've seen more of Pinar than I have done. More of a touch player, is he?
He is, but he also fits the category of somebody who can hit big if the situation demands it. If they needed 16 and over instead of 6, you want to have him at the wicket as well. But no. Oh, what a catch! Did he take it? Oh, it landed. Oh, that was a stunner. Almost was a stunner. Look at this replay. Middled it, pulled it to square leg. Harmeet Singh jumping above his head. Oh, 2 hands to it. Thought he had it for a second, but couldn't hold on. That might be a big miss.
Would have been a brilliant catch, considering the context of this game. Might have added some more drama to what is going to happen in the next 22 runs or 21 balls. Nakvi into the offside. And an easy single here. This has been a very good over from Shuja Nakvi. And it comes at a time in which they need a performance. They need a bowling performance from someone. .21 to win from 20 balls. Sharma is on 45. How important, Brian, as you're approaching a half century, to get into that frame of mind of being too tentative, looking for that personal milestone?
If you are 100% a team player, you're not thinking about a personal milestone here. You're thinking about what's the best thing to do to get my team over the finish line. For me, from this stage, you're looking to pick up a single. And if it means a single takes you to 48 and then you don't get there, so be it. The idea is to drag your team over the finish line.
So this has been a very good over from Shuja Nakvi. We saw His first over went for 12, second over went for 6. This has gone for 3. What the worst that can happen here? This over could go for 9 if this ball goes for 6. And it does not. So this has been a quality over from Shuja Nakvi. So the 17th over comes to a close. And it's 126 for 3. So the Mid-Atlantic, they need 20 in 18 balls.
I'll tell you what, 20 and 18, so you're under control if you are the Mid-Atlantic. From the Southwest Zone's perspective, you started off the previous over needing to, or lose, you heading for a loss if you gave up a runner ball. You've improved on that a little bit because the scoring rate, the required rate, is now up to 6.67. But the idea now is just to figure out the best way that you can get Harmeet Singh to bowl an over that only concedes about 4 runs.
And
Because
Brian,
anything more than that, then essentially the game is already finished.
and there's a long discussion, a big discussion there. Unmuk Chan is involved, Harmeet Singh, the captain Usman Rafiq, of course. And Ken Jige, is that Ken Jige? Ali Sheikh is in that discussion. And Brian, when you consider we've seen a very good over from Shuja Nakvi,
Yep.
had Harmeet Singh hold on to a very difficult one,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a very different scenario here, going into 20 runs needed from 18 balls with new batter out in the middle. Sharma has played well for 46. And Harmeet Singh given another ball, his final one, 2 for 10 off 3. And he's really bowled well. He has really lived up to the expectation of a Harmeet Singh. You made mention he was the first draft pick at the majors.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Rusty Tehran was it, but I might have been mistaken.
No, sir. I was seated in the arena when they made that call.
I wonder if they had mistakenly pulled out Brian Walters.
No, they wouldn't want to do that.
So Harmeet Singh starts well. And a very cheeky single, but in the end, 1 less to get, 19 to get, Brian.
And so I mentioned this over. If you are the Southwest side, this over needs to go for about 4, at the most 5 runs. You want to build a little bit of pressure. So 19 more in the next 17 balls. You want a couple of dot balls in there. You want to restrict any boundaries.
Playing a miss. Quality stuff here from Harmeet Singh. And the bails comes off in a flash from Andres House.
What a clean attempted stumping that time. Really quick with those gloves, man. Right. Just the ball turned a little bit too. You might have been able to see that. Just a touch amount of turn going past the outside edge. Good work from Andres House, but not able to complete the stumping simply because Obaspinar had the presence of mind to keep that back foot inside the crease.
So 19 needed from 16 balls. Harmeet Singh, another quality delivery. So this over's gone for 1 and 2 dots. Very good quality stuff here from Harmeet Singh.
So you're halfway through the over. Remember I said somewhere around 4 or 5 runs. If you concede that in this over, that puts you in a good space. Because this has now caused some pressure to build. Those 2 dot balls and that last shot evidence a little bit of frustration from me by Obaspinar. Let's see what happens this ball.
So into the onside, Goranshu Sharma comes into strike, and Brian, 5 6s in the innings. We saw 4 were off the bat of Jastran Malhotra, 1 of Goranshu Sharma.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the feeling, other than that, we haven't seen the other batters really come and put that one boundary away in per over. And we come down to the last 18 runs to win from 14 balls. This has been a very good bowling over from Harmeet Singh. Another single into the onside, but you get the feeling that balls are running out here. 17 to win from 13.
17 from 13, 3 runs from the over so far. It is absolutely imperative that this last ball is at most a single or maybe a double, because that causes the pressure to build.
So Harmeet Singh, quality over from him. He's picked up 2 wickets so far. His final ball of the game, and here he comes into bowl to Pinar. And not much Pinar can do. A cheeky single to end another quality over from Harmeet Singh. So 18 gone. It's 130 for 3, 16 and 12. So we come down to the last 2 overs of 12 balls. Shuja Nakvi has been given the ball, Brian. 16 to get. Sharma on 48. Pinar is on 5. Oh, that's a lovely strike from Obus Pinar. Oh, beats the fielder. And a very awkward bounce, but he was running probably the wrong way, not anticipating a little bit of bounce, but in the end, Atlantic Zone picks up a boundary.
I believe that's Milind Kumar down there on the boundary. I think you're right. Just got that awkward bounce, the ball bouncing and then going behind him. Certainly not expecting that to happen. And the outfield here in Prairie View is generally very, very good. Maybe just hit a divot there. But what a absolutely important start to the over. You have a boundary. Remember, you usually give this over to your best bowler, at least the best bowler on the day. So not surprising that Shuja Nakbi would have gotten the ball here. But starting out with a boundary puts them on the back foot.
So 1 for 26 in 3.1. We've seen an excellent start here from Pinar. And now a shortish ball, that's one of those loopy long hops. But it does well. Ball goes through to Andres House. It's 134 for 3. 12 to win from 10 balls.
Boy, coming down to the wire here, every single ball becomes so important. So if you're Shuja Nakbi, you're thinking, how do I construct this? I got away with a short ball there, but if I'm too full this next ball, I can be hit back over my head. So he has to find that perfect length.
And Brian, we talk about the use of 2 of the spinners as we see another single out in the onside. But we talked about the impact of Kenjige. He bowled. And so a little bit of a hold up here as we see trying to get some physio help. But just coming back to where the game is, Brian, we saw 4 from Kenjige as expected, 4 from Harmeet Singh. But Ali Sheikh hasn't really been that tidy this afternoon. So probably they're missing one of those spin over towards the back end here.
Well, he bowled 1 over. It went for 10. It would be really difficult to see me or to have me conceive of them giving him the ball after having only bowled 1 over. Usman Rafiq himself, I think, has more variety as a right arm off spinner, but who can also bowl a doosra. So I would have to think that he would bring himself on. Bearing in mind the only pace option that's left is Hamad Azam, 3 overs, none for 40. So he's been expensive. And in fact, his first over went for about 6. So you're talking about 2 overs for 34, including 1 that went for about 21, where Jaskar and Malhotra took him apart.
So 135 for 3, a little bit of hold up here. And Brian, we know that as it relates to the playing conditions and everything else in T20 cricket, the umpires and the officials have always been on the watch to keep the game moving as quickly as possible.
I agree. And
safety first.
Safety first, definitely. You want to make sure that he's fine. Thinking about the fact that there is another game coming up at this time of the year in Houston or in the Houston area. It starts getting dark around 7 o'clock, somewhere around there. So I don't know that you want to have the situation occur where you're playing a game and you may be in over 18 in the second innings, or in the second innings, and you're running up against fading light. So you're absolutely right. Safety first is always your consideration. But as an umpire, you're also wanting to think, okay, we need to get this game going one way or the other. And if it's Shuja Nakvi whose hand we're looking at it, if he's too hurt to continue, do you consider taking him off and having someone else finish his over? And if that's the case, who would that be?
Well, the thing is, I see he was showing the left arm. He's not a left armer. So maybe that's one of the good side of what has happened. And so for all our viewers, a little bit of hold up here as we see the 2 umpires somehow supervising or having a look at what's happening here to Shuja Nakvi. And he may have injured the finger, but I got the impression when he raised his arm up, he was showing the left arm. So I'm not too sure if it's the left arm impacted, but he's a right armer. And so we'll have to wait and see who this pause benefits the most.
The pause would benefit the bowling side the most. Captain has an opportunity to think about what he wants to do with this last over. He has an opportunity to get the feedback from the experienced players around him. And it also builds pressure on the batters because they've not been there. Well, in fact, Garansha Sharma is now up to 48 from 46. Obaspinar hasn't been there for very long. He was put down once. They're both experienced. But I would think that the pause is going to benefit the bowling side more.
So Nagvi has gotten back to his bowling mark. The physio is leaving the ground. And so we're ready for play again. 11 to win from 9 balls. The server's gone for 4, a dot and a single. Goranshu Sharma, he's been stuck in the 40s for a while now. And he's been joined by Jacobis Pinar, who's picked up 10 so far. We've seen a couple of lovely shots from him. And so we're ready for play. Here is Nagvita Sharma. Sharma, that's a lovely shot over the offside. And that has gone for a maximum.
It goes for a maximum and simultaneously brings him to his 50. Here's the delivery, short, outside, off, and just elevating it down the ground. Goes all the way for 6. Garansha Sharma, with that blow, takes his team to within 5 runs of victory.
Yes, second half century of this game. We saw one from Nitish Kumar. But this one here from Goranshu Sharma could be a result 50. He's up to 54. He's really batted well and hammered that one. And 5 runs to win. Here is Nagvita Sharma. And Sharma strokes it up towards the onside. They'll only get 1. And that brings the equation down. A manageable 4 runs to win here for the Mid-Atlantic, Brian.
And the only intrigue left in this game, Lenny, is if what I said earlier comes true and the game ends in the 19th over. Whether or not that happens will depend on this next ball. So does Obaspinar go for glory and make me look good?
So 12 runs in this over. Not a good one here from Shusha Nagvi. Runs in to Pinar. He gets an edge, and this could be the match. Running up towards the third man boundary. The fielder has given up. And the Mid-Atlantic pulls through, beating the Southwest region.
Well, Lenny talked about the fact earlier that the Southwest team is well stacked, absolutely stacked. But look at this as we see the top edge flying over short third. Looking to play it down the ground. That didn't go anywhere near here where he intended, but he will not care much about that, Obaspinar, because it goes away for 4. He ends with 14 from 13 with 2 boundaries. Garansha Sharma, 55 from 48, 4 4s and 2 6s. The Mid-Atlantic taking victory by a humongous 7 wickets.
Yeah, big victory for them. Good start to the tournament. We saw a very good knock from Goranshu Sharma, 55. Jaskaran Malhotra, who really upped the ante. He got 48. And then towards the end, Jacobus Pinar brought it home. So, in the end, a very impressive win here for the Mid-Atlantic. And they've taken out the big Southwest team.
Impressive in a number of ways. I think the bowling unit of the Southwest Zone will have some discussions, some hard discussions to have, but take nothing away from the effort for the Mid-Atlantic, particularly Garansha Sharma and Jaskaran Malhotra. Excellent batting in the middle, and then a calm head taking them finally over the ropes. That takes them to victory by 7 wickets in this first match from the USA Cricket Men's T20 National Championship right here in Prairie View. So stay with us right here on field number 2 for the start of the next match about 3 o'clock local time between the South and the West teams. For now, we're going to say goodbye from right here in Prairie View. We'll join you here in just about another hour and 20 minutes or so.